Hello, my name is Eva Luz Espinosa Morales. I'm going to tell about the course Foreign Language Acquisition and Learning. This course is a theoretical practical. It has a phase participant observation. In this course, the student must develop 32 hours on practice and 20 of them in situ in an educational institution. This course contains 2 units. Unit 1 is called Foreign Language Acquisition from the theory and in a practice to the practice, and Unit 2 is called Learning Trends in a Foreign Language. This course has 5 phases. In phase 1 is called recognition activity. I have to do is attending the first web conference and make a scan in a video. In the phase 2, 3, 4 are called observation practice. In these phases, I have to do attending a web conference 2, 3, 4, are to do many activities. For example, create a questionnaire, proposal, make the comparative chart, reflection, among other activities. In these phases, are 2 practical part in the educational institution. In the institution, I have to do diario de campo, registro de asistencia, among other activities. In this phase 5 is called final activity. I have to do attend the final web conference, activities, other activities, and practical part in the institution. This course contains 5 learning outcomes. In learning outcomes 1, review the characteristics of course and a particularity of the pedagogical and educational practice process. In a learning outcome 2, examine the factors that influence the process of foreign language and acquisition and learning methodical and detail within the pedagogical practice scenarios. And learning outcome 3, compare the main theory on the foreign language acquisition within the context of the pedagogical practice scenario. Learning outcome 4, evaluate teaching strategies used within the classroom based on the students' learning characteristics. And finally, learning outcome 5, set up a proposal related to the news assessment approaches in the classroom environment. This course is based on the Acuerdo 078 del 29 de marzo del 2022, el cual establece el reglamento específico de prácticas pedagógicas y educativas de los programas de licenciatura. It's based in ninth chapter. Chapter 1 contains definition and purpose in the articles from 1 and 2. In the chapter 2 is generalities and definition, include in the articles from 3 to 7. In the chapter 3 is called a curriculum aspect of the training route of pedagogical and educational practice in the articles from 8 to 13. In the chapter 4, principles of action of the teacher in the training in the pedagogical and educational practice in the article 14. Chapter 5, definition of the academic network of pedagogical and educational practice, article 15. In the chapter 6, pre-practice seminary, based in the articles 16 and 17. Chapter 7 is monitoring and evaluation of pedagogical and educational practice, include the articles of the 18 and 20. In the chapter 8, duties and rights of the teacher is training of the degrees in the development of their pedagogical and educational practice in the articles 21 and 22. Finally, chapter 9 of the certification, the pedagogical and educational practice, articles 23 and 24. This course to base on the lineamientos de prácticas pedagógicas y educativas de licenciatura. Is based in normative references, Constitución Política del 91, Ley General de Educación, la Ley 115 del 94, Ley 30 de 1994, Resolución 5443 del 2010, Ley 1188 del 2008, Resolución 6966 del 2010, Decreto 1295 del 2010, Decreto 2450 del 2015, Decreto 1075 del 2015, Resolución 2041 del 2016, Resolución 18583 del 2017, Decreto 1330 del 2019 y la Resolución 21795 del 2020. In the business principles is 1. Integrality of the teaching pedagogical practice. 2. Dialogicity between educational actors. 3. Promotion of protective environment for children and adolescents. 4. Respect for that difference. And 5. Excellence in service. Programas de licenciatura en el ETSEDU. It has licenciatura en pedagogía infantil, licenciatura en etnoeducación, licenciatura en matemáticas, licenciatura en filosofía y por último la licenciatura en lenguas extranjeras con énfasis en inglés. My program is licenciatura en lenguas extranjeras con énfasis en inglés. My pedagogical and educational practice route for my program is three phase: observation, immersion, and investigation. Others parts de lineamientos, definition, practical component, educational and pedagogical practice, specific regulation, pedagogical and educational practice, nature of offer of the practical component course, teaching and training, and pedagogical and educational practice route. Pre-practice seminary. The pre-practice seminary has not a credit, is not a degree requirement, and free of charge. It is developed in the period prior to the beginning of the practices and in a mandatory. SAP, strategy of face-to-face accompaniment of the School of Education Sciences. It consists of a certain number of synchronous accompaniments to group of the student interns in the interaction with teachers of the EdSedu. This strategy is applied to the course of the practical component with participant observation and immersion practice. Simulator, digital learning resource for the formation of concepts, constructions of knowledge and applications and new scenarios. Focus on the diversity of the national context, inclusion, multiculturalism, tradition, among others. Thank you very much for attention.